Thanks, Tom. And right now, more than 50,000 people are without power in Michiana. Here's a look at those latest numbers that were just updated. Now, this morning in St. Joseph County, nearly 12,000 people are in the dark. In Elkhart, that number has dropped to 600. In LaPorte County, the outage toll, that stands at 2,500. Now, up in Michigan, Berrien County is reporting a whopping 20,000 homes still without power. While in Cass, there are nearly 8,000 outages, and Van Buren falls right behind that with 7,000. And there are around 2,000 outages in St. Joe and 600 in Kalamazoo. Now, you can find all school closures. Those are at the bottom of your screen this morning. Well, the city of Kokomo has just been released from a state of emergency. This after a storm swept through the state and left severe damage. For a closer look at that damage, let's get right out to ABC 57's Brian Dorman, who joins us live on South Washington Street this morning. And Brian, tell us what the plan is for that place today. Thank you, Brian. And we're getting new pictures into our newsroom this morning of the damage caused by Sunday's severe weather. Take a look at this cell phone video. Now, this was taken by a driver in central Illinois. What a scene to see outside of your window. Here you can see that huge twister as it rips through that area. And now here's a look at the devastation in Tippecanoe County, Indiana. Strong winds demolished part of an Indiana factory while workers were actually inside that building. How scary. The winds were estimated at about 80 miles an hour. They were so powerful at times they wrapped siding around utility poles and pushed down trees a half-mile behind that factory. Now, the company officials say they're happy their staff is doing just fine this morning. Now, officials say they hope the damage can quickly be assessed and repaired. That way, a large portion of the factory can go back online very soon. And officers say severe weather is to blame for 2 accidents on a Kentucky highway Sunday morning. Traffic was still at a standstill for more than 2 hours after a 3-vehicle pileup in the pouring rain, even involving a fire truck. Now, just as firefighters finished responding to a rollover, another car slammed into that fire truck. 5 people were rushed to area hospitals, including 3 firefighters. Now, the 2 men suffered critical injuries. And developing this morning, yesterday's severe weather may have come to a calm this morning, but many parts of Michiana are still feeling its effects. Powerful winds brought down trees and also, of course, damaged power lines, forcing many to go without electricity. Now, right now, the city of Mishawaka has crews working in the areas hardest hit. ABC 57's Eric Cox joins us live on Benton Street this morning, where quite a few lines are still down there. And Eric, how long are we talking for this to be fixed? Thank you, Eric. And now we head to the worst hit area in the Midwest. Here's meteorologist Michael Schlesinger with the very latest from Washington, Illinois. And Sunday's severe weather also caused a few hiccups on the gridiron.
Due to the inclement weather, the game will be temporarily suspended.
That's right, you heard it there. A tornado warning had fans and players seeking cover as storms passed over Soldier Field during the Bears-Ravens game. Now, the Ravens were actually up 10-0 in the first quarter when officials suspended play because of that severe weather.
It had to be blowing. It was blowing sideline to sideline to where we could not throw the ball, any throw. We were very concerned about even a flip or a screen pass, even a screen pass, because it was coming so hard.
Now, the Bears did come back to take the lead in the fourth quarter before those Ravens forced the game into overtime with the score tied at 20-20. Now, Chicago would go on to win the game with a field goal. Final score 23-20. And things were a bit calmer for the Lions and Steelers game in Pittsburgh yesterday. The Steelers got off to an early lead after a 47-yard touchdown pass. Now, the Lions would come roaring back to take the lead going into the fourth quarter, but Pittsburgh bounced back on another touchdown pass. That final score 30-27 Steelers. And the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are gearing up for this weekend's final home game of the season. How sad. Well, the 7-3 Irish will take on BYU at Notre Dame Stadium. And we just checked, there are still some tickets available for this Saturday's game kickoff. That's scheduled for 3:30. And the AP poll is out for week 13. Notre Dame still remains out of the top 25. But Michigan State moves on up to number 13 with a 9-1 record this season. Not too shabby. Well, of course, Alabama still holds on to the number 1 spot, with Florida State taking the 2nd spot. Baylor, Ohio State, and Oregon, well, they all round out the top 5. Well, severe weather slammed much of the Midwest on Sunday, leveling buildings, knocking out power to tens of thousands. Straight ahead, details on Sunday's deadly storms throughout the Midwest, including a look at damage right here in Michiana and central Indiana. Plus, shocking video out of New Mexico. A woman tries to flee from police after they pull her over. 6:27 coming up in just 2 minutes. The video that will have you talking this morning. And breaking overnight and new this morning, it took 6 fire crews to tackle flames at a home on West Division Street in Dowagiac. Take a look at the scene here. This video was taken around 3 this morning. When we arrived, fire crews tell us they were on the scene for about 2 hours trying to get those flames under control. Now, crews tell us a smoke detector, that is to thank for getting that family out safely this morning. And investigators believe the fire sparked in the kitchen. And this morning, that family is resting in a nearby hotel. Firefighters tell us they're not sure if it is a total loss, but that home is badly damaged. And this morning, police are investigating a shooting in South Bend. Officers found a man shot in the leg outside of a home on North Adams Street Sunday. South Bend police tell us the victim is expected to make a full recovery. Well, caught on tape, a traffic stop ends in gunfire with 5 kids inside of a minivan. It sounds crazy, but police in New Mexico say the driver tried to pull away, but that's when the driver pulled over again. Finally, getting out of the car, now police say her son came running out and rushed the officer. Eventually, that woman drives away again, and the officer started firing shots. Now, one of those kids inside was reportedly as young as 6.
Based on the
Now, police say they cannot comment on the actions of the officers, but do say an internal investigation is being launched. Now, even a high-speed chase started after those shots were fired. 6:41 this morning. Tonight marks the semifinals on ABC's Dancing with the Stars.
Don't talk back. You just put on your coat.
Still to come, a look ahead to all of tonight's action right here on ABC 57. But first, we're live all over Michiana with the latest on severe weather recovery efforts. We want to remind you to check the bottom of your screen to find the latest closures in your area.